What is up, guys? Welcome back to the videos. If you guys are new, my name is Mike. So in this video, we are working on the Z. We have the battery disconnected because we're going to be putting in a new steering wheel. We're just waiting 15 minutes for all, like, you know, the bad electrolyte to basically die down. I noticed when I was using my washer that only this side is working and this one isn't, and I think I know why. It's not connected. So when I use the sprayer, it just kind of sprays out of here. So this should be connected over here to this little like nipple or nozzle here. So I'm gonna run this back here and hopefully it should work once it's connected. We figured out that this is gonna be way too short because when it's connected, once the wiper starts moving, it's gonna pull itself out. It should have some slack or should be longer, just like this. This one's working fine. This is probably how the factory had it. This one's a little bit short and it kind of looks like it was cut off or something like that. Doesn't look quite even. But we're gonna be putting on a connector adapted here, and it will be much longer. That you can stop. Put your fingers out. There.
That will just go down when you close the hood.
Yeah. All right. So that's our fix for right now. Would be cooler if there was like, if it was just one hose, but this is all we have. Plus it's just like the washer fluid thing, so that should be good. Not too worried about that. Also, since we're waiting for like the battery shit to like, for the electricity to drain out, I'll show you guys the wheel. I got this at a car show a couple videos ago at the Driven show. This is like a Nardi wheel that I got. Pretty cool. There's Nardi there. It's pretty lightweight. It's pretty cool. And this is a hub I got. This is basically like an NRG hub. I'll be honest with you guys. I got this off eBay and I compared this to an actual NRG hub, and it's the exact same thing, only this isn't stamped NRG and this is like 40-50 bucks. Again, this is like my daily, so I'm not too worried about brand names, unlike the Evo. The Evo is more or less the car that I spend a lot of money on. This one, not too much. I got this locally. This is from Speed Factor. This is the mating plate. Since this bolt pattern is for Momo steering wheels and I have like a Nardi, so this one's gonna act like a spacer, and I can adapt my Nardi wheel to a Momo hub. So this is like a adapter plate or whatever. And I also have the thing for the airbag light. I have that as well, and yeah, should be a pretty easy install. Right here there is a Torx that's tamper-proof. If you don't know what tamper-proof looks like, it's like the Torx with like a hole in the center. Okay. Now this should pop off. Sweet. Okay, so we had a little bit of a difficult time removing the airbag connector, but all you need to do is lift up this little black tab with like a really small screwdriver. Once you lift that up, I'm not too sure if it's the same with like the US models and the JDM models, since this is like a Fairlady, but once you lift this up, the whole thing should just pop off. That's how you get this part out. So put that there for now, and now I need to work on getting this nut off and the whole steering wheel should pop off. So the nut inside there is a 19, so I'm gonna try to crack it open. Fuck, this bitch is on tight. I'm just trying to take the nut off. Can you hold the steering wheel? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, bro. So I took out the nut here, and I believe this is for the horn. It was just hooked and attached here, so I just unplugged it. This should be attached to, I think, is the clock spring. The whole thing should just pop off. And there we go. So we have the clock spring here. I think this is the thing for the horn and the airbag, which is this. So I have the hub here. This is where I don't know what I'm doing, because I know there's supposedly a pin here. This is just longer, I guess. Oh, there's a lock here, I guess, right? There, it clicked. Okay, so now it's in.
The clock spring, is it sitting properly? Take it out first. I don't know if it's sitting properly at the back. Is there, you see here?
Oh, so that's where the clock spring goes.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So there, now it's sitting good. Aha. That's good, that's good. I learned something.
You just imagine if you tightened it, you would have squashed the clock spring.
Well, there's some things those guys on YouTube don't tell you, I guess. So there's a little white piece here. That's for the clock spring. You have to make sure that you align it here on the hub. That is attached to turn signals, right? So when you turn it and then it goes back. But just make sure that you get a hub that has the space for the clock spring. Make sure that you align it correctly. Alright, so now that we have the hub in, right now we're just putting on the adapter plate for the steering wheel, which is basically like a little spacer. One thing I'm worried about is the wheel being too close to me, since I like to have the wheel more farther out. The stock wheel was perfect. I just like the look of the aftermarket wheel. So hopefully, if my calculations are correct, which most of the time it's a 50-50 to be completely honest, hopefully it'll be more or less the same distance as the stock steering wheel. So the wheel I got over there, it is just a little bit deep dish. It's not too deep. I don't really like it if it's like super close to me. But right now we're just bolting up the adapter plate and we're gonna see how the whole thing feels and looks like. Alright, so I'm just undoing all the bolts here. I just did it by hand, but I saw the NRG logo off to the side. I kind of want to just put it underneath so no one sees it. It's just something, it doesn't really have to do with anything with the install, but I just think it looks a lot cleaner if it's, oh shit. I just think it looks a lot cleaner if it's at the bottom, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so everything here is all bolted up, it's all tight. Now we get to install the wheel and then plug in the horn and see if everything works. It's pretty decent actually. Not too far off from the OEM wheel, so my calculations were correct. Also, one thing I like doing is tightening up all the bolts in like a star pattern. So I tighten this, and then this one, just so it all tightens and bolts up really evenly, kind of like how you would bolt up a wheel. Alright, so now that the steering wheel and the horn button is on, all I need to do is hook up the battery again and see if the airbag light is on. If it's not and the horn works, then we're all good to go. So I have the wheel in, sorry, the horn works, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the car, go ahead and see if the airbag light is on. Airbag light is on. Uh-oh. Maybe this is why it thinks a door is open. Okay, so I got rid of one light. So I have to figure out why the heck is that thing still on. Alright, so I've been reading on some forums. I also watched some YouTube videos to see what could the issue be. Why the resistors I have aren't aren't turning off the airbag light. And I went on this like website and I figured out that I don't know if you can see, the resistors are actually the wrong ohms or whatever. So I'm gonna have to buy a resistor, which they're super cheap. They should be only like 10 cents or something like that. So I'm gonna buy the correct one, which the Z needs a 2.2 ohm resistor. Replace this one with the correct one, and that should go away. I guess for now I'm just gonna drive around until I get that resistor with the airbag light on. It is kind of annoying. I don't like any lights on my dash. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a new resistor, install it, and see if that fixes the issue.
And don't make it too long because you will burn the thing.
Okay, so this is my first time soldering, but we got the old, where's the old one? So we got the old resistor, which is like gray. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gray, and what the Z needs is a 2.2 ohm, which is, according to the forums and stuff and online, it's 2 red stripes and a gold stripe, if camera will focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus, but it's 2 gold stripes, 2 red stripes, and all I have to do is solder it together. and hopefully this should solve the airbag light blinking thing on the Z, because it's super annoying and I don't like the light blinking.
Let it heat up first. Let it heat up first. Watch the smoke. That's it?
I think that's it. How's that, Dad?
Good, good. Now, you have to solder this.
The connection, right?
Yeah. You have to put a LED into that. I didn't do that yet.
I got this, Dad. I got this. I think that's good.
I think it's alright.
Alright, oh jeez. Focus, 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 focus. It's not focusing. Okay, screw it. Okay, where do I put you guys? Okay, so you guys just saw we soldered and we put the new resistor in the wire. What I'm gonna have to do is take off the steering wheel again, hook up the new airbag resistor cable. I don't really know what to call this. We're gonna hook that up and see if the light goes off. If it does, then mission successful. If not, I'll probably figure out in another video on how I can turn it off. It is really gloomy, it is really rainy today, so that kind of sucks. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and take off the steering wheel and plug this thing in. So this is the airbag connector. Put the connections inside here and hopefully that should turn off the light. So let's go ahead and try it. It should go in anyway, so it's in. I will put the key in. Oh, I'm just gonna use it right now. Oh, it's so annoying. It's still blinking. Oh my god. I went through all this work just to... Okay, so there was a little key dance that I had to do for this car to put in diagnostic mode. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully that'll fix it. That's like kind of resetting the... I don't really get what it does, but it kind of resets the Z's airbag system thing. So I'm gonna try that. Should blink slower now. Oh, there it is. This blink is slow. Okay, and start it. Turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off. Oh, is it off? Oh my god, it's off. Dude, it's not coming back! Oh fuck, I am so pumped. Oh my god, it's legit off. Oh, I've been driving around because this has been, like, this video probably took a couple days to film. And I've been driving around with the airbag light blinking. It's been so annoying. I hate any light that's on the dash or the gauge or whatever you want to call it. But oh, I am so hyped. Oh my god. Okay, so if you guys were wondering what the pedal dance was, what I did, or sorry, not the pedal dance, the key dance that I did, I found it on YouTube and on a couple forums. They told me to do that if you want to reset this airbag light thing. The dealerships would do it back in the day when the Z's were in the dealerships. Basically, your airbag light would start, when you put it in accessory, it would start flashing. But on the first flash, you turn it off, and you do that exactly 3 times. And then after the 3rd time, you turn it on accessory, wait for it to blink slowly. It should be blinking slower. So on the, I think, 2nd or 3rd blink, start the car, and it should reset the whole thing. So that's super, super awesome. I'm super pumped. Now I just have to bolt up the steering wheel. The issue I ran into is putting on my steering wheel, I accidentally cut the wire. So what I had to do is I cut the 2 wires, took the ends off, and then just basically the twist and tape method where you get the 2 wires, twist them together. This is just for the horn, by the way, not for the airbag thing. Because I did realize, I think I want to tape this part here. I want to tape that with electrical tape just so it doesn't have any chance of it separating. Because if it does, you'll have to do the whole key thing all over again just to like delete the code per se. So I'm just gonna tape it up, tape up the horn, and then put the steering wheel on, and we should be good. All right, so the wheel is in, the horn, it does work a lot better than before. I don't know what happened before, but I used to be able to like press the horn and it didn't quite work, but now every time it works. That's good. But I fixed the thing. I'm super proud. This is like my first like wiring project ever. So I know it's just like a horn button and one resistor, but I don't know, I'm pretty proud of myself. Never soldered before. I've never done anything to do with like any electrical before, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty pumped, and everything works, so that's good. I'm gonna have to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and join the Annie Perfect Society. Peace out and make it happen.